Oh, yeah!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. This is our wine unwind. We just cracked our bottles. I hope that you all have done so as well.
That's right.
It is a lovely Friday night. The Blue Jays just coming off of a big series dub, so I'm pouring a big series dub glass to commemorate the occasion. And also to keep the momentum rolling against division rivals, the Boston Red Sox.
Yes, that's right, guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Wow, we have 18 of you already in here. Absolutely loving that. We're going to have a Patreon. Peter, he's coming back on the show. He loves coming on the show and talking with us. He always has great things to say.
Yes, he does.
Great questions to ask. So we can't wait for those who are new to come and see and meet Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, as well, I just want to shout out, we're going to have a membership coming out soon so that you can directly, you don't have to go through Patreon to come on the show.
No.
You can actually come straight through YouTube.
That's right.
You can get like cool little badges. You can get little exclusive videos and content, like little behind the scenes kind of things that we don't usually post. So yeah, well, more info coming out on that.
Much fun stuff on the freaking way, my dudes.
So
much fun stuff. But
All
first
right.
things first, man. Before we even get anyone on here, the title of this thing is Blue Jays, and then you go must win Boston Red Sox
More like
series.
Must win Boston Red Sox.
More like that. You're absolutely right. But the point of what I'm trying to say is that we have to win. We have to win right now. We're doing really good. We're what? 6-1 at home? 7-1?
6-1 at home.
6-1 at home?
Yeah, buddy.
6-1 at home. That is awesome. We are pitching tonight Manoah. We have a bit of an advantage on that. In fact,
Yes.
we have an advantage on pretty much all of the starting pitchers.
Except for Houck. He's really good. He's back.
Yeah, he's
good.
really good. He's kind of an anomaly to me. I don't know a whole lot about this guy, but we will learn tomorrow. He will face off against, I believe it is Jose Barrios in the second game. But this is critical, man. We got our best pitchers going. That top four, we need these dubs. Boston Red Sox, obviously, right now owning a wild card spot. We cannot have that for very much longer. If we want to own that spot, if we lose this series, 1-3, worst case scenario is we go 0-4.
Yeah, that's horrible. But I don't see that. That's not even in the realm.
But would knock. Let's just say we go 1-3. How much of a momentum killer is that? How much is that going to bring all of us down?
Because the Yankees are on a good upswing. They're 8-2 in their last 10 as well, right? So if we go 0-4 or 1-3, yeah, this is going to hurt because that also distance ourselves further. Because right now it's looking like Red Sox are a viable option to take over from that spot. We can replace them in that wild card as well as the A's. So, yeah, it would be a killer.
Because it's not only just like it's almost like 2 games that we lose there because it's like we're facing them. So it's like we lose and they win. You know what I mean? Whereas it's like, we drop a game against, Cleveland.
Right.
Okay, well, if Boston drops that game as well, no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? But this one, it's like if we lose, they win. But also, that being said, if we win, they lose. We have to at least win 3 out of 4 games here. 2-2, that ain't good enough. We got to win 3 in this thing.
Agreed, man. Agreed. Yeah, we have to. Go get it done. Starting today. Starting today.
Yes.
We got Alek Manoah on the mound. That's awesome. And who do the Boston Red Sox have?
That's a good question. While you're pulling it up, I'm just going to say our hellos.
Yeah, shout out. I saw someone from our Instagram coming in. I wanted to shout them out too.
Hey, love to see it. Just a shout out to all of you. Sauce Boy 905, full send, wine on wine. You better believe it. Guitar covers. I've been following your Instagram for a while and finally decided to subscribe. The season's getting exciting. Thank you, my dude. We appreciate that. Can-Am Bansal. Welcome in. Dylan Prue, let's get drinking. You damn right. 45th Diamond. Mark Jones, the Hockey Kick, Iceberg. Hello, everyone.
Abba Egger, NBM. Did you say NBM videos? Love it. Valdi says Valdi. Yeah, 3 71 ERA, 9-6. So we've got their ace on the mound.
Yeah.
So we got to take down the young kid versus the Boston Red Sox ace.
And here's the thing, man. Their ace, he's good, but he's also beatable. He's also beatable.
We have 4 pitchers with better ERAs than their ace.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So. The thing is, this lineup, Devers, I mean, he's been doing us dirty this season. JD Martinez, he's been doing us dirty this season. Bogarts, not doing us as dirty as I would have expected.
He did us dirty earlier. Now he's not doing us. Maybe we figured him out.
Not doing us as dirty. But those other two, man, they are pretty clean for sure. Kind of like cleaning us up, actually, helping us out. Devers, though, Martinez, they've been doing us dirty. So Manoah has some strong hitters to look out for 100%.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but we've got even stronger hitters.
Totally.
On the Blue Jays. And George Springer is hot as ever. Bo Bichette literally won us the game yesterday solely.
Pretty much.
He's the only one who scored any who hit any RBIs.
Yeah, Bo Bichette literally got a one WAR right there.
Yeah, literally. He won that game.
Like, I don't know how we qualify or how we quantify WAR, but that's +1 right there.
Yeah, if I were to take a guess, well, let's give him half because the other half came from stripling. You know what I mean? Or maybe 0.4 and then the 0.1 came from the bullpen. It's a way harder math equation than that, guys.
Yeah, but Bobo did some really good stuff yesterday. Bobo gave us the go-go.
Yeah.
Let's give our Patreon member a call. We got 33 people in here right now. We're going to get a couple questions from this Patreon member. Then we're going to dive into the box, and we will be answering questions from all of you guys. So stick around. Have your questions waiting. We will get to those very shortly. We got Peter coming out.
Calling him right now.
Give him a call, buddy. Give him a call. He better have a drink.
Calling him. He always does.
He does. He typically does, man. I hope that all you guys have a drink as well.
I see Canev has ice water. I love it. Peter?
Hello.
Peter! What's going on, Peter? How you doing, my man?
Yo, I'm just heading down to the basement, man. How are you?
Oh, good, man.
Excellent, good. Peter. Excellent. Yeah, we are we're sipping right now. We got our beverages out. We are excited for the series. We are excited to go to the Toronto Blue Jays game tomorrow. That is going to be awesome.
You're going to the game? Nice.
Tomorrow, my man. First game. I believe we're going to have Robbie Ray on the mound. So, really looking
isn't
forward
it
to that.
Berrios because he pitched before Ray?
It's weird, man. We would have thought it was that way, and honestly, I kind of really wanted to see our new trade acquisition, Berrios, but actually they're switching it for some reason. Looks like Berrios is going to do the second game, and Ray's going to do the first game. So, not sure what the intent there is.
Just to fuck us.
I guess, honestly, it's kind of just like a fuck you, Adam and Nick. You're going to watch Robbie Ray and not Jose Berrios.
Robbie Ray's still
really good.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Yeah. I'm certainly not disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is like the biggest series in 5 years. No cap.
Whoa, no. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I absolutely agree because every series is better than the last 5 years because we're losers. Now we're actually winners. So this series is the best because if we win this one, we're that much closer. We're like 3 or 4 games away from taking over Boston.
Yeah, but when's the last time we were good? I think it was 2016.
2016, right? 5 years.
Yeah, okay,
right?
and then 2016. I don't really recall a series as big as this because we were in the playoffs most of the season. So, I don't know. It just feels like this is super important because we can potentially catch Boston.
Yeah.
And we also just returned, right? So
Totally, dude. I think the only thing that even remotely comes close is last year's playoff series against the Rays. But frankly, I didn't even feel like if we went on to win that thing, we didn't have momentum. Right now, coming back to Toronto, acquiring some trade chips, I feel like the momentum is on our side, and we were just talking and saying how devastating it would be to lose this series, because if we were to lose it, I honestly feel like the momentum completely goes with it as well, and that could be the whole season if we lose that.
Well, I think just in terms of regular season, it's the most important in 5 years, right? But yeah, I feel like we have to split. That's probably the minimum.
Minimum, yeah.
In order to make the playoffs, because I think FanGraphs has us at 41% right now.
Are we shooting up there even higher, eh?
What's up?
Oh, we're shooting up even higher. 41 now?
That's not bad.
I think it's around 41, yeah. And the Yankees are at 55, so.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? Yankees are a bit higher than us, but I mean, Now's the freaking time, man. Like Cole down, Montgomery down. I mean, we gotta capitalize while our pitching is hot as hell and theirs is not so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like just looking at the rest of season winning percentage. So basically, the projection from here, like going forward, I think we're like a top 5 team in baseball, which is kind of insane.
I can believe
projection, man.
I can believe
top 5.
I
Okay,
think
who would
it's
be top
the
5 though, boys?
Dodgers, Yankees, Astros, and then us. Honestly, for rest of season.
Wow.
Interesting. I mean,
I mean, like our rotation and our team, like our lineup and our rotation, both say that we should be a top 5 team.
Yeah.
On paper, we're nasty.
On paper, we're definitely top 5.
Yeah, we're nasty for sure, man. And especially, too, because we have some guys in the bullpen figuring it out. Yesterday, we did a little post-game recap, Peter, and everyone was basically, I think the whole chat, the motive was Simber could catch it. You know, Simber could definitely catch it. We are in love with this guy so far.
Yeah, I like him, too. Like, he doesn't give up home runs.
Yeah, no, I like him too, where you really could put him any spot and he's not really phased, man. And it looks like he's entering the part of the season where he's just unhittable right now.
I read something about him, like he's very unique, I think, because he doesn't give up any barrels. So he gives up some fly balls, and then he'll give up some hard hits. But he rarely ever gives up, like, fly balls that are hard hit, right, that result in, like, hard contact. So, I don't know, it's a pretty good profile, I guess, but he doesn't really strike people out, but he doesn't walk people, so I don't know.
Hey, man, if you're missing bats and you're missing barrels, you're missing the sweet spot, you have, like, what, his last 14, like, appearances is, like, under, like, a .6 ERA or some shit like that?
It's phenomenal.
Like, it's incredible.
Yeah. The xERA is good as well, and he was having a good season, like, before he got traded, so.
Yeah. Oh, my God. No, I love him. I love him. So, Peter, let me ask you, my man. What do you think about the Toronto Blue Jays? Like, do you think they're going to make wild card? And let me ask you as well, do you think the Yankees are going to make wild card as well? Like, what's the wild card pitcher going to even look like?
So I think last time when we spoke, I had them at 92 wins, and that was a little optimistic. But I remember telling you guys that I thought they had a good chance, like, to come back and win the division and get, I think, 92.
Yep.
So now the record is 57-39, and in order for them to win 92, I guess they're going to have to go 35-21, right? Which seems unlikely. So I think the Jays are probably going to finish with like 89 wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Boston and New York probably in the 2 wild card spots, and then us, and then Oakland. So that's what I feel.
I mean, here is the thing, Peter. That is so freaking valid right now, buddy. And I think realistically, like, Adam and I have kind of been burying our heads in the sand just a little bit. I mean, like, we've won, like, 6. We've gone 6-1, and we're like, we're there. We did it, guys. Like, we're here now. But I mean, realistically,
so many peaks and valleys this year.
Yes, you're absolutely right, man. Realistically, we are not in a good, we're not in the best position possible. Right. They are in a better position than we are.
Mathematically, I think it's probably the case that we're going to end up missing the playoffs. But
right.
Yeah.
In May and June, I was a lot more optimistic because there was more time, right? But we're 6 games back of Boston, right? And if Boston continues to play on the current pace, which is 93 wins maybe, the Jays are going to have to play on like a 110 win pace to even catch Boston, right? And then if they don't catch Boston, they're going to have to surpass the Athletics and the Yankees, which is like possible. Yeah. It just seems unlikely,
Yeah, like if I'm a betting man and like you literally look at, Fangraphs, we're only at 41%. So if I'm a betting man, I go, the Blue Jays aren't going to make it this year. And you look at any other podcast and they're like, Blue Jays, they're not going to make it this year, but there's a sliver of hope. And that's it. That's all we have.
For sure. But you can also argue that the Jays are a much better team than the Athletics and the Yankees, and that they're going to surpass both of them.
Right.
I think the Jays are I thought the Yankees were the best team in the division, at the beginning of the year. I still kind of think they are, sticking with that. So I probably think the Yankees are going to get the second wild card spot, and the Jays and the A's are going to miss out by a very narrow margin. But I think rest of season will be like a top 5, top 10 team for sure. But it's just losses in May are really going to hold us back, I think, from the playoffs.
I agree, Big Dog. I definitely agree. Like, realistically, we are in a spot right now where Boston, Oakland, Yankees, they control their destiny. We need them to blink. You know, unless we want to go literally undefeated from here on out, we need them to blink for us to have an opportunity to do this. If they stay hot, like if they keep winning games, then it's just impossible. And that's just because of those losses in May, right? So we have to have them lose, and that's why this series against Boston, where we can actively control that. We can actively control one of our big rivals right now losing games. We have to make sure that they do so.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think if we can catch Boston, I mean, even if we, I guess, finish behind the Yankees, we can still make the wild card with the Yankees.
Totally.
Right? Mm-hmm. So,
and the Oakland Athletics, man, Raymond Laureano, 80-game suspension right now, PED suspension. And I mean, Oakland, I've always felt like they have guys there. They have guys. But I'm always like, do you have as good guys as our guys? I don't think so.
I mean, the Oakland's history is just they're always gonna just make into the wild card. Maybe they win the division, but this year looks like it's a wild card year for them. But I mean, on paper, like you're saying, Peter, us, even Yankees, obviously too. Red Sox, Rays. I like all these teams better than the Oakland Athletics.
Mm-hmm. I do too. Like, I was watching I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Ben Nicholson-Smith. He's a reporter for Sportsnet, and he has a podcast, and he was saying that he thinks the Jays are the third best team in the AL and the best team in the East, which is certainly possible if you look at run differential.
For real,
they might be like a top 3 team on paper.
Yeah.
So, they might outplay the A's and the Yankees and make the second wild card. I think the division is obviously out of reach.
Right.
They can surpass Boston. Mm-hmm. They could, miraculously, they might be able to surpass Tampa, but they won't surpass both. Right. That would require both teams to collapse.
Right. A collapse.
Really well, and it's just not going to happen.
A collapse and a major blow up. And that's the thing, man. Like, I'm a big math guy. And this entire time,
me too,
you know what I mean? And it's like, the math has not been in our favor. You could blame the bullpen, you could blame Montoya's decisions, but in the end of the day, we should have been in a better record than we are right now. Right? So I'm a big
funky part. Yeah.
But the math always comes around. And I could realistically see a great second half for the Toronto Blue Jays, especially after these trade deadline acquisitions like Barrios and that was one game. Shake it off. I think Hand will be better from here on out. Maybe I'm biased, but I don't know. But here's the thing. I think the math's going to come around. The math's going to come around, and we could get into a wild card spot. And that's why I'm leaning more towards the Toronto Blue Jays making postseason, because we've seen our win probability go from 20 to 41. Mm-hmm. It's coming up.
It's coming up. It is coming up.
It is, but on the other hand, it was in June, it was oscillating between 25 and 50. So I remember we kind of swept the Marlins, right? You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, in Buffalo. Then it was at around 50, okay? Then we lost to the Astros, good team. White Sox, good team. Then we split with the Red Sox and then got swept by the Yankees at home. Then they kind of plummeted. That was maybe the low point of the season.
Yeah,
I remember they lost at Camden Yards. They were 33 and 35, I remember. And now ever since then, right, they're, 27 and 14, right? Sorry, no, 24 and 14, which is a really good record. So if you, ever since that point, we've been playing on a, really good pace. So I don't really know. It's going to be close, and I think this team is definitely good enough to be a playoff team, but sometimes it just comes down to luck. Right?
It's gonna be very close, Peter. We want to take some other questions from some other people, but do you have
thanks
one?
for having me on.
Hold up, big dog.
We're not done with you yet, Peter.
Hold up, big dog. We're not letting you leave that easy. Do you happen to have a quick question for not only just us, but also the people in the chat right now that they could answer as well?
Okay. Do you think the Jays overpaid for Barrios, and do you think they made a good trade? Just
Love that question.
Yeah,
that's
a good one. That's a good one.
Quick answer on my end is that I do think that we overpaid, but however, this is so funny. In a Dynasty Fantasy Football League today, actively made the decision to overpay on a player, knowing that I was doing so, but also recognizing that I really liked that player, that I needed that position, and that the market dictated that I had to pay that price.
And that he was a Green Bay Packer.
And that he was a Green Bay Packer, and therefore I was willing to do that. But the point that I'm trying to make is sometimes it's an overpay. You know it's an overpay, but you like the guy. It helps your position.
Yeah.
And you got to get it right. That's what the market dictates. It was an overpay. They knew it. They still did it anyways, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, for me, it's basically exact same thing that Nick's saying. It's like we had to overpay, and we should do it because this is our window and our window next year, right? Like, obviously, Austin Martin would have been incredible. I'm okay with SWR, but Austin Martin, like, he could have been incredible. But there's different directions you can go to building a World Series team. And one of the directions that Ross Atkins decided to choose was that he was going to go with the guys that can help us win currently right now. Mm-hmm. So he went with that. And in that sense, it was a good trade. But yes, it was an overpay.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so I'll quickly give you guys my opinion, I guess.
Go for it.
So here's what I thought when I saw the trade. I was a little bit upset because I remember earlier in the offseason I was like clamoring for the Jays to trade for a good starter. I've been doing it for a while. Mm-hmm. And okay, so you look at the Lance Lynn trade and you compare Lance Lynn to Berríos. Maybe it's like they're in the same ilk, right? You would agree with that?
Right.
Lance Lynn.
I would argue Lance Lynn's even better.
Musgrove and Berríos, same kind of caliber of pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and the returns for those two were significantly lower, I think, than the return that the Twins were able to net. So
I hear what you're saying, and I completely agree. The one factor, the one factor that you're not considering is that this was trade deadline, and like the amount of phone calls and it was like an auction. It had to be an auction for this guy. Like, I'm giving you this now. I'm giving you this. No, I'm giving you this. Any takers? And like we were that person that shut up and was like 1 million, and everyone's like, oh my god. Okay, let them have it. Let them have it. so in a sense, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably because the Twins were maybe more hesitant to give them up because they thought they were in a winning window and that they could have, pushed with Berríos next year.
Right.
But I think they made a good deal because, in the next like 1.5 years, whatever, I think they're well positioned. But it's just they should have traded for a pitcher in the offseason. I think they made a mistake.
I agree, buddy. I think at that point nobody knew Vlad was going to be potentially MVP Vlad, and like we were going to be in this position. But you're absolutely right. I mean, we were calling for it too. Hindsight's 2020. They definitely should have went and got a pitcher in the offseason.
Exactly.
You're totally
and I
right.
remember like asking you guys why they didn't, and it's like it was impossible to envision this kind of improvement from the core.
Yeah.
And it's a legitimate argument. But I just think Austin Martin, man, I think he's really good. And I think
it's a big shot.
I think he complements the team really well, even though he doesn't have power.
It's definitely a big shot to fire early on in the window. We can only cross our fingers and hope Berríos signs an extension. Also, if this is the move that takes us to postseason this year, then no one's going to be complaining anymore, in my opinion.
It's a good move.
Right?
It's a good move.
Definitely not. So in terms of, I guess, you're not your aspirations, but would you guys consider this like a successful season if the Jays made the ALDS and lost?
Yes. Because I had them at my ceiling, like, they would make wild card and maybe win it. Mm-hmm. Obviously ALDS, that's what you're saying, right? ALDS and loss, for sure. Right? Yeah. So my floor would have been, that I'm okay with is like you just missed playoffs, but you made some big improvements. Like I'm still, this is honestly, in the grand scheme, the overview, everybody, this is a good season for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Definitely not horrible.
Like this, like
in the overview, it has been great, right?
It's
if you consider Vladdy and Bichette,
right,
exactly,
right, and we got a pitcher for next year too. Like this was supposed to be the year right before we started really competing, and we're kind of getting a glimpse of already kind of competing.
Yep.
In a way,
So we are competing, man. Yeah, top 5, the fucking numbers, the projection systems are smarter than we are. And, you know, they project the Jays to be a top 5 team. So clearly they're already really good.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Peter, it has been a blessing as usual, my friend. We always appreciate it when you call into the show, my guy.
Thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it.
No problem, Peter. Anytime, my man.
Absolutely. Any freaking time, dude. You have the best evening. Freaking fingers crossed. Jays win it. And we will talk to you very soon, my guy.
All right, go Jays, go.
Go Jays,
go! All right, that was Peter, everybody.
Love him.
Always love having Peter on the show. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. He's always true Jays fan, but he's also a realist too, and like we like that because I mean he did say he doesn't think the Jays are going to win it, and that's a realist. If I'm a realist, I would say that too, but I'm not. I'm crazy.
Exactly. And you know what? We acknowledge that we are nuts and that we are going against the grain, but I also don't give any shits. So.
We're gonna make the wild card. Okay, I know that came out weird. All right, all right. We're gonna start taking some of your questions. So again, guys, capital letters question or capitalize your question, whatever it is, so that we can see it. And then lowercase, obviously, when you guys are talking amongst yourselves, so we can differentiate.
Yeah. We've been talking a lot about the Jays. Yeah. Let's dive into this box right here.
Let's go.
Let's go. See what other topics we can discuss with you guys.
50 of you in here. Mark Jones, the hockey kid. Timothy saying, Adam, you remember me? Of course, always. Del Kermis, what's up? Everybody, Fourth Diamond. Woo! Hey, guys.
Love this question. We got Caleb Kramer _ asking us, who is winning in a 7-game series, Padres versus Dodgers?
All right.
What you got?
Well, I got the Dodgers now.
I mean, it is hard not to hop on the LA Dodgers train. We are honorary Dodgers fans, as inaugurated by a fellow Dodger fan himself in one of these lives. But I mean, you just can't go against that pitching staff, man. Walker Buehler. I will be making a video room about Walker Buehler very freaking soon. I was not aware of how elite this guy is, but now that DeGrom is a non-factor and is going to be probably not at the innings count to win a Cy Young, money should be going on Walker Buehler. A 2.16 ERA, really good, like 130 innings pitched or something like that. He is killer, bro.
Dude, I consider him now, like, when I talk about elite pitchers, like DeGrom, Cole, Bieber, Scherzer, like, Buehler's there.
He should be right there.
You know who else is there for me now? Is Brandon Woodruff.
Brandon Woodruff, bro. Yeah. Brandon Woodruff.
He doesn't get talked about enough.
No. That entire Milwaukee, and that was why I made that video room in the first place, was because we are not talking about the Milwaukee Brewers nearly enough, and they have literally 3 Cy Young candidates on their freaking team.
Yeah, for real.
But Walker Buehler, incredible. Obviously, we know what Clayton Kershaw is all about. Urias, really, really good. I love that Padres lineup, but I just do not know if they can compete with those elite pitchers.
They have a deep lineup, but once you lose Tatis, and I don't know if Tatis is going to be around because like it's looking more and more like every day like this, he might need surgery. I think someone said out there that it's confirmed like he will need surgery. So like that could put him out for the rest of the season.
That's ridiculous, man.
So with that, it's like now your main guy is Machado, and like Machado's good, like I think a high 800 OPS, but I mean, Tatis, that's got to be... It's like if we lost Vladdy, I'm like, well, now my season kind of looks different now.
Also, we're getting somebody saying, please say MFB for a J sweep. You know what MFB means?
MFB. Motherfucking boy?
Motherfucking boys?
I don't know. I'm just motherfucking boys. Please let us know.
Question. Ready for this sweep? You damn right we are. We've been waiting for it for a minute.
Yes. Oh, I'm ready. Adam says.
Do you do live call-ins? We do.
Yeah, we just did.
If you're a Patreon member, $3 a month, you can become a Patreon member. Hop on it.
It's on our description.
We're also going to have a bunch of YouTube memberships coming up very, very soon. I had something that I just wanted to bring up, and this is a podcast that I want to make very soon, actually. I was going to recommend for next week.
All right, here we go.
But, I mean, it's wide open right now. Who in the hell, and I want you guys to answer as well, who in the hell, if Tatis needs surgery, if DeGrom isn't coming back until, like, maybe mid-September, and, like, he probably won't be able to get to, like, 130 innings pitched, who in the hell is going to win MVP in the NL?
Oh, God. Well, you were talking Bryce Harper. He's getting hot now.
Bryce Harper's got an OPS over 980 now,
really
dude.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
like he's got like a 305 or 306 batting average, like a 414 on base, a 560 slugging or something.
That's
like
pretty good that you remember that.
it's because he's on my fantasy team and I was reading it early. Like they gave me the update early today, but I mean, like the OPS is something like 981 or it's really good actually. The thing with him is he's been hurt too, so the production numbers aren't all there, but he definitely needs to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Like who else we got in there?
There isn't much. I mean, I would put Bryce Harper as my number one right now. Dawson goes, why am I always drinking Bone Shaker when I watch you guys? Because this is the vibe, my man.
That's the vibe. You know what? I would love to get sponsored by Bone Shaker. Frankly, I've always been saying, man, we need to be sponsored by some sort of alcoholic beverage.
My God.
What better way to have a freaking advertisement than the Wine Unwind?
Right, little story for you guys. So before we began the Wine Unwind, we tried to get a sponsor for the Wine Unwind. There's this winery close to us, and we tried to get them, but they were only going to offer us like half of the time like a free bottle, and the other half we have to pay for it. So it's like, what is even the point? I'm just gonna call them. Like it doesn't make sense. But if they would provide the wines, maybe pay us for a show, totally down.
Totally. If you're a prospective winery, then you hit us up and we'll talk. We'll talk. Yeah, we will shout you guys out. What do we got going on right here?
The Austin Tennis goes, who is going to close games for us down the stretch? Still Romano. And then Simber is our setup man. I think that's so clear.
Love Simber. Love Romano. The beautiful thing right now is, 2 months ago, I never would have thought that we're in this place right now, but we have a lot of guys popping off. You were talking about it in your last minute monologue. Dolis. Completely Dolis now back into 2020 Dolis form after that injury.
It's the injury, man.
Exactly.
He talked about it.
That makes so much sense. It's just like you don't go from having a 1.5 ERA and being the guy that we depend upon in a season to completely sucking. Obviously, it had to do with the injury. That's been sorted now, and he's much better.
Yeah, like literally. Okay, the last part. The part of your body that touches the ball the most is that middle finger, and it was hurting. So when you're releasing it and you're putting pressure on the ball to get spin, that's your middle finger, and it goes
hard to throw strikes when you're like ouchie every time.
Ow, yeah, for real. Like think about Aaron Sanchez. Why his career went down the drain was the blister. That's the fingertip. Blister, owie! Of course it's gonna hurt. So
exactly.
I'm glad that it's healed now.
And I'm so happy that there is like a reasoning behind this. That gives me a lot more confidence in Dolis moving forward because I'm like, okay, it was the injury that's sorted now, and ever since that's been dealt with, you've been the Dolis that I remember and I loved from last year.
Yeah,
so he could be a guy too. Maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a question from Timothy going, Bo Bichette for Patrick Wisdom. Actually, what?
I'm not sure.
Timothy is just likes to do things to us, especially me.
Yeah, he does, eh?
All right, I'm gonna grab a question. Let's get some more questions into the chat. Don't worry about it. Goes, y'all pretty chill.
What's up? Hey. Patrick says, "What's up, Blue Jays fans?" Hey, Patrick.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Don't worry about it. Says y'all pretty chillin'. Hey, don't worry about it. That's a pretty chill name, actually. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, big guy. What do you got for us?
All right, this one comes from Austin, and they say, "What does Kirk need to be? What does Kirk need to be the starter, and what does Jansen need to do to keep the job?"
Okay, I got you. I think that Kirk, if he wants to be the unequivocal starter, he's got to play a little bit of a big brother social game right now. He's got to go behind the scenes right now. He's got to develop a rapport with those pitchers, It's like Jansen, he's already got that. He's got that ride or die going on with Ryu right now.
So true.
But you know what? If I'm Kirky, I'm like, hey, you know who we just got? We just got Jose Berrios.
Oh, get in with Berrios.
He's a free agent right now. Let me hop in with Berrios. Let me make sure that I'm the guy. Yep. I will catch you. I will call the game perfectly. No problem, Jose Berrios. You want to work with me. Yep. So then when Jose Berrios gets extended long term, hey, who do I want? I want freaking Alejandro Kirk going on. He should be talking to Manoah right now. He should be talking to Nate Pearson. So that's what Kirk needs to do because he already got the bat.
Because think Montoya's probably going to ask, like, oh, so, like...
who do you want to catch you?
Who do you want to catch you? Because he doesn't know. Mm-hmm. Like, have you talked to them? What's up? Like, you talk to Kirk. He's like, yeah, me and Barrios, we're really hitting it off. No, I like that. Yeah.
Kirk, like, Montoya wants a reason here. You know, it's like he wants to get told what's up. Like, what do you need?
Well, here's the thing. Jansen is not even on the team right now. So now is the opportunity for Kirk to... Now it's full game. Mm-hmm. Now it's like... that he got voted out right now, like, hypothetically, in this Big Brother terminology. Mm-hmm. And it's time to go and get those guys.
Yes, absolutely. Like Danny Jansen, first thing, get healthy. Second thing, have a below average bat. Because right now, it's a garbage bat. But it's like, if you just had a below average bat, like even just like a fucking, like a 210 average.
You're good.
It's like, it's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, it's the only, now you're not even considering Reese McGuire has an above average catching bat.
Like, you know, Reese McGuire just stop masturbating publicly and you're fine.
Yeah, I bet he's stopped. You gotta imagine he stopped.
No, he's okay. I think he's probably just gotten better at hiding it. Like you got to imagine that it's so easy to deal with. Like, you know, just like pull your pants up.
Come on, you just got stopped by the cops, and I'd stop it. I'd go cold turkey. No way I'm going back and doing that again.
I'm done.
That's the most embarrassing thing in my life. Look at us. We're two dudes on a podcast. We're still talking about it 2 years later.
Yeah, I can't get over it. I think for me, it's like, it's not the act. It's just like, you were so into it. You got caught. You know, I'm just like,
but like, you're looking out the window, like, you gotta be focused, you know?
I don't know, man. Like, you got peripheral vision for that shit. Like, you're a professional athlete, man. Whatever. We've talked about this too many times on this freaking show.
Debating on what happened that night. Dawson, capitalist. Can't the Jays get first place? That's tough, actually. I think there is a thing on Fangraphs that actually says the odds of, like, winning the division.
I mean, like, it's definitely possible, right? It's one of those things, you know. We'd have to go basically undefeated, though. And we need to have some other people implode.
We'd have to have, like, a storybook season, like 2015
Yes,
again.
like, this would be one of those seasons where documentaries are specifically made about this 1 year.
Yeah.
What's the odds?
To win division, we're at 9.1%.
Oh,
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at everything, too, like, Rays are division leaders, and they're 7 games ahead of us. And, yeah, we have about, like, 8 to 9 weeks left. Maybe 8. And if they suck and we're good, then it's doable. It's all doable.
It's possible, you know? Like, we're not out, we haven't killed ourselves yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still a chance. Okay, that's foul play right now, Blue Jays today. You're damn right it is, D-Ned, but we didn't do it.
We have a special relationship with Reese.
Yeah. Was Dolis's advanced stats that good last year? I know he had a good ERA, but that might have been misleading in a short sample size. Now, actually, you don't even need to pull it up. I remember, dude.
It was good, wasn't it?
The big problem with Dolis, they weren't incredible because of the walks. He gave up a lot of walks, and he was always dancing around danger. So you're absolutely right. There was some cause for concern. But inevitably, what is the most important stat? ERA for a pitcher. He did get it done. You know, he had a 1.5 ERA. He danced around the danger. So even if he gives up a couple walks, I can still trust that he can get it done.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, man. Like, I like him. I like him where he is right now because we have our guys we can trust. I'm not, we're not saying like, let's throw him back in the closing.
No.
Put him in a role, like you maybe need to bridge. The starter gets blown up, you bridge him over. That's good because now he's I can trust him as a bridge guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, keep him in the role he is right now. Why not have depth in that role? There's,
And the thing is too, if we're up by 2 or 3 runs. And, like we pitched Simber, like we pitched Romano yesterday. They're tired. I'm okay with putting him in the 8th now. Like, I'm okay with doing that.
There'd have to be a lot of dudes tired because, like, right now, like, think about who our late guys are. It's Simber, Romano, Meza. Hand's still there. We're traded for him. Hand's still there. Richards. And I think that's it. That's the 5 guys in the main back half.
I think that it's... I would put him... Yeah, like, I kind of put him in the same tier that I have, like, a Richards and a Meza in. You know, it's like... I see him like that, you know? And it's like, I wouldn't be... Exactly, you know? It's like, I would not be upset if that happened, and I'd be like, I think that you can handle this sort of thing. And I wouldn't be angry at Montoya if, like, Dolis blew it up, like, damn it, you know? I'd be like, no, I mean, like, the stats are there to prove that he's capable of doing this.
Right,
so.
If those guys weren't unavailable. Because I think right now, like, it's pretty hard to crack that. Like, I think if Han, because obviously he's only had 2 outings with us so far. One was good, one was really bad, he lost us the game. If he has another bad outing, now there's question for removal, you know what I mean? And then you could be replaced by Dolis. So, but right now it's pretty hard to crack.
We will see. Steven says, question, when Sale comes back, do you think he's going to return to ace form? By the way, my old account was Jay's Fan Media.
Oh, hey, Jay's Fan Media. Oh, okay.
Old account.
What happened to it?
Interesting.
Oh, let us know.
Do I think that Sale's going to return to ace form? Now, if I am being, once again, a betting man, the answer is no. Statistically speaking, people coming back from injuries like this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. You typically will suffer. However, I'm going to say that he is going to return to ace form because I think that Sale is a bit of a crazy person. I think that he is a competitor. I think that he wants to win, and I think that sitting on the sideline watching his team win has probably hurt him immensely. So I think he's going to come out of the gate firing on all cylinders, actually. That's my hot take. I'm saying that he's going to return immediately into ace form. Okay.
I'm going to say... slightly less than ace. I'm going to say, you know, if I were to put a number on it, 3.78 ERA. That's still pretty good.
Still
That's
very
like
good.
Evaldi.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I literally, in my brain, that was Evaldi's ERA. And I just put it instead of put it in for Sale. But hey, if they can get that guy, that's good.
That's
good for them.
exceptional, you know, because the Boston Red Sox need another Evaldi in their system. They need another, well, frankly, actually, it'd be nice if they got a Chris Sale, an ace Chris Sale back.
For real, because he should be one of the elites of the game. But
totally,
Tommy John, man. Like,
I mean,
tough.
it is tough. It is tough. I'm saying he's a crazy guy. He's a competitor. He wants to win. He'll be back to form immediately. Hot take.
Also forgot about Soria. So sorry, guys. I'll be honest. I've been low key just like underestimating Soria because I didn't see his one outing where apparently he had great break on his breaking balls. But I just looked at the numbers and I'm like, oh, like he's like meh. So my apologies. I haven't been talking about him enough, but yeah, apparently he's really good. So he could also be in that top 5, maybe top 6 now.
Possible, man.
Good bullpen now.
Bullpen
Jeez.
looking a lot better. Question from Roderick. If the Jays make the playoffs, who do you think they're going to play in the wild card game? Give this one to you. What do you think,
love
buddy?
this question. We almost get this question like once a week now. Like all the time. So right now, who do we play? Okay, let's talk about the lineup. Let's talk about this pitching rotation. I think right now you still got to go with Ryu. I feel like Ryu just commands a wild card series.
Okay, interesting way that you took that question. Roderick, clarify. I thought he was asking which team we will play in the wild card. However, I think that we can answer.
Who do you
both.
think they will play? Oh, so sorry. Yeah, I misread that. But I'm down to answer both. Who do you think we will play? Low key, the exciting matchup in me would be the Yankees because we're both on the upswing. We're both hot. If we face the Yankees, that'd be amazing. But honestly, guys, Boston for me, I feel like could easily fall out of this if they don't pick it up soon.
I mean, I think that we're hopping off the Boston train too quickly. I think we're hopping off too quickly.
I'm not off of it. It's just like they barely made any moves, and now they're going to play Kyle Schwarber at first base, which he barely has played.
I get
it. And
it.
he's bad defender.
I get it.
So it's like, I don't know.
I get it.
And their pitching staff is getting fucked, you know?
I hear it. I don't want to hop off them too quickly, though. I think that realistically, if we make wild card, Oakland's gone for me. Oakland's got to be gone. And then it comes down to those Yankees or those Red Sox. This one's very, very close. I mean, I'm giving the slight edge to the Red Sox.
We're assuming A's are gone right at this point.
Yeah, Oakland's dead. Like, they're dead now. Like, Oakland's gone.
They bought in for the first time, like, in many years, and they're gonna die.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, they have to, bro. Like, they have to be killed if we want to make fucking wild card.
Yeah, we do.
Oakland Athletics, they have to die.
Yeah, keep going.
So I'm gonna say that it's Boston that we are going to play. I think the Boston. If I'm predicting that Chris Sale's gonna come back to ace form, then Boston will also be there, and therefore we will play Boston, and they will play. If Chris Sale's at ace form, potentially Chris Sale, and we would play Ryu on the mound in that one.
All right.
And we would probably lose.
Who would they play?
Chris Sale. If he's at ace form.
If he's at ace form. I don't know, man. I feel like that's a coin flip for me.
It's a coin flip, dude. It's such a coin flip.
That's all baseball is, really.
It's one game, dude.
You know what I mean?
It's one game.
You know what's funny? Because when you asked me last podcast, 60% chance if the Padres go on and win, 60% chance in baseball gets you to the postseason. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Like, that's what I'm saying, though. That's why I made that number specific, because I knew that was we're going to make postseason.
Yeah, so it's like coin flip. That's all it really is, man. Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm gonna safe bet would say if we're going to the postseason, it's probably gonna be against either Boston. And honestly, I'm gonna give Ace some credit just because how do we get to the postseason? We got to beat up the Boston Red Sox, right? You know what I mean? We got to beat them up. So we're going to take games on them. So the only person we're not touching is A's. So I'm going to say the A's. I'm going to say the A's.
Jeez. Yeah, that'd be honestly, you know what I mean? Oakland, I feel for you guys. That's just like the most boring option for me.
Yeah, I know. They're boring, bro. I'm sorry if you're an A's fan, but like
Matt Olson's cool, and cool, I mean, Sean Manaea is good, and
Bassett's surprisingly one of the best pitchers. Like low key, actually, Bassett is one of the best
win
pitchers.
Percentage is right up there.
Really
dude.
Up
he's
there.
got he's basically got the highest one this year, so he's doing freaking good.
But as for who we're gonna have in the lineup, I actually want to shout this one out really quick before we move on. Is everyone line up the same? Espinal third base. And then Kirk in catching.
Love. Oh, Brandon McDonald. Oh, spitting the facts, saying MLB The Show dropped an Austin Martin card, and I'm not going to lie, I shed a small tear seeing him in a Twins uniform.
No.
And then he puts an LOL there, but I know that LOL, it's not a real laugh out loud. You don't laugh out loud. You're just trying to hide the pain, big guy, because that's not an LOL. That's a cry out loud. That's a COL right there.
Lol.
Yeah. Damn, that does hurt. That honestly does hurt, man. That sucks. How do the Jays replace Semien if he signs elsewhere? This question was answered by Dawson the Noble.
Shut out.
I thought it was Austin Martin.
This is what I mentioned earlier. Ross Atkins decided to go with a different route. Our route was keep the young guys coming, which I think we should still keep some young guys, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, don't trade Groshans.
No, Groshans he's there now. He's
here now.
Bro.
We don't trade Groshans.
Nope, he can't get fired away.
We have to keep some young guys, right? I mean, you look at the Cubs, for example. I want to answer the question for sure in a second, but you look at the Cubs, for example. They traded away all their young guys. Look what happened. They ran dry. They had to trade everybody away.
Well, I mean, they did win a World Series.
They did, but they could have had a franchise, though. They could have had a franchise.
Or they could. Here's the thing, buddy. If somebody said to you right now, you trade away all your young guys, you win a World Series. The answer has to be yes. I would go yes.
But you still could have had they would still traded guys after the World Series, is what I'm saying, though. You could have had a franchise. Anyways, but we'll get to the question.
Yeah. I think that the answer actually is now shifting over to Jordan Groshans. Now I need to look at what we have going on the free agent market this coming off season. But I don't know if we're going to be heavy buyers, guys, because now we're looking at potentially getting that extension for Berrios. We want to be extending Vlad. We want to be extending Bichette. We want to get these guys on long-term deals. Maybe if we go after a guy, maybe it is a Robbie Ray, you know? So that's where our money's going. So if we do want to get a guy at freaking second base, potentially Jordan Groshans is the way to go.
Or move Biggio back there to second, or Espinal or whatever.
God damn it. Biggio pisses me the fuck off.
I know he does. I know, but now we have options with Espinal now.
Espinal. Oh,
yeah.
I love you, Espinal.
Yeah, right?
I love you. I'll have your babies, Espinal. I fucking love that guy.
He's so underrated. But
But
I agree. If we don't get Semien, let's just give Groshans a shot. If we don't, and we're in a wild card race or a playoff race, let's just trade for somebody. That's it. Like an Adam Frazier. Go get an Adam Frazier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
they re-released the top 50 MLB prospects. I believe that Manoah, number 4.
Manoah was so, and rightfully so. The dude looks like an ace right out of the gate.
2.47, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is a 2.47 ERA. This is the ridiculous stuff that I know at the top of my head. It's insanity. But a 2.47 ERA for a kid who has just come into the major leagues, so he is a stud.
No, I love him. I absolutely love this kid. Stephen goes, no, Adam. No, Biggio. What the hell, Adam? We still have him under control. We got to give him a shot. All right.
Yeah, give Groshans a shot. Yeah. I love it. Brandon says, I like having Barrios, apologize, but I grew up to love Martin. I was able to go to see a few Fisher Cats games, and he was amazing in the fans. You're absolutely right, big dog. It was a blow. I remember immediately when we got the notification that it was Martin, my heart sank a little bit. It is a big bullet. We have to extend Barrios, and we have to have him. We got to have that Pete Walker effect, man.
Yeah, the magician.
Exactly, right? If Barrios, when he is with us, signs an extension and can produce a low 3 ERA for like 5 seasons, it is a win of the century. It is a win of the century.
Yeah. So I agree. We need to get him on like a 4, maybe 5-year deal. Jays for Life goes, guys, if we make playoffs, 1 Ray, 2 Barrios, 3 Ryu. What do you guys think? I mean, obviously, yes, those are our top 3. However, if I'm being very picky, I would go Ryu, Ray, Barrios. Only reason why is because Ryu's our ace. He's going to throw a lot slower, and then the next day, they're going to have a hard time catching up to Robbie Ray. And then you give him a little Barrios, which is in between. So he's going to finish it off.
I also, here's the thing. I believe in trusting your guys. I believe in respecting the guys who have been there for a while. That's kind of my team mentality. And you know what? I think that there's an element there of like that the team can get behind. Ryu has been here for a while. He has watched this whole thing unfold. And he's still a freaking ace. I trust him. I want him in that number 1 spot. Also, Ray, as much as I like what he's doing this year, I cannot ignore the 3rd time through the lineup woes. I would like to have Ryu in there. I would like to have him go 6, and then I want to get the best possible bullpen guys that we can, whether that be, a Hand, Simber, Romano, 1-2-3 combo, close it out, or whatever the hottest guys are at that period of time. Get them in there, win the game.
I agree. Speaking of which, they just said that since July 1st, the 3rd lowest bullpen ERA pitcher is Adam Simber. 3rd lowest.
Yeah.
3rd lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing, right? Sergio Romano, number 1, and Kendall Graveman, number 2, with 0. And then
Excellent month of July.
We have a great relief pitcher, guys.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah, we freaking do. My friends, if you're new, hit us with the subscribe, but also hit us with the questions.
We've only gotten 2 questions out of our box. You guys have been answering great questions all night.
Yep. I'm about to get 1 more, though.
Yeah, rotation is stacked. Ryu last playoffs not good. I know, but we can't take that as everything. Ryu has always been a good pitcher.
No. Trust your studs.
Trust your studs.
Caleb Kramer _ I believe I literally answered a question from you earlier, man. Actually, I can double check right now.
Ooh.
You're damn right I did. This guy asking some elite questions.
Elite.
Shout out Caleb Kramer _. What do you think, Vlad? We get that. Dude, this is one of those, like, this is going to be a recurring question.
Oh, yeah,
I already know that we're going to be making podcast. We're probably going to make like 5 podcasts on this one question leading up to it actually happening.
Yeah.
What do you think Vladdy's next contract extension is going to look like?
Again, I've answered this one 1,000 times. $300 million plus. For real. $300 million. He's the best hitter in baseball currently.
All right. You know what? Let's answer it for real. Give me the dirty details. Yeah, give me those dirty details. How many years? What's the exact number? You know?
Because here's the thing: is Rogers does not like doing big deals. Rogers Communication, they do not like that shit. They don't. But realistically, he should get $300 million, 10 years. That's the ballpark. Obviously, I can't be specific, being like 328 for 11 years. Like, he's $300 million, 10 years, $30 million a year. I think that would be a good deal for Vladdy.
300
what he deserves.
10 years.
What do you think?
I'll get specific. All right. I think that they're gonna sign Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to a 7-year deal. I do like that. And I think that 7-year deal will be signed not after this offseason, but the next offseason. And I think that 7-year deal will be roughly trying to do math.
Wait. I got a fucking perfect. I downloaded sound effects today.
Yeah, guys. You haven't used any of them, guy. You haven't used any.
I know. I've just been drinking wine. I'm
gonna say that 7-year deal that he signs not after this offseason, but after next offseason. I'm waiting.
Hold on, here it comes.
I'm going to say that it's worth $273 million.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. $273 million, 7 years. He's going to get paid a lot. It could even set records for average annual value. No, probably not. But he's going to get paid a lot.
Yeah, I think he's gonna, because he's younger. You look at Tatis, they got like a nice deal on him. I think they're gonna do something similar to Tatis, but like a tiny bit more. I guess maybe I'm thinking too much about football that's happened here, because like we just had a deal go down in football. Josh Allen just signed a massive deal. I think it was 6 years, 260 or 258 million or something like that. And I was just thinking, it's like if I'm having him sign this deal not after this offseason but after next offseason, and I'm assuming that next season, 900 OPS minimum. Yeah.
Like that's where we're putting him at. So that's 2 seasons back to back now of like whoa sort of thing, factor. I mean, I think at one point one of these young kids is going to set the market and be like, no, like I'm not going to take these ridiculousness anymore. Like you pay me like I'm a stud, I will give you 7 years of stud likeness, and when this deal's over, I'll be like 31 years old, and we can renegotiate then.
I kind of feel like he might go the Tatis route, because they're buddies and they're both young studs, and I feel like he might get something similar, maybe a little bit more though, because he is doing better than Tatis as of right now, obviously.
Tatis is whoa. Like Tatis is one of those only players that I like. I view Tatis like very, very, very highly.
Fair enough, and that's fair enough. Should we introduce the lineups and whatnot?
Oh, true, eh?
Yeah, we're getting close to the time.
Yeah, we're getting very close. Night, Abba Edgar. Nice for you to stop in, my friend. Love it when you do. Our rotation is stacked. Joe Smith, Grader saying, do you give Espinal a shot over Biggio? 10 times out of 10, my friend.
I agree.
13 years, $302 million. Would love that, Jays for life. Would love that. He'd be a J for life.
He would be.
8 years, player out clause after 6, $250 million. Daniel, that's about where I'm looking at, big dog. That's about where I'm looking at. Half past go. Do you think MLB players coming to Canada feel the same way as NHL players not wanting to come to Canada because of our taxes? You know about that?
That's true. I mean, that was the whole thing around George Springer, why he wouldn't be coming to Canada. Oh, the taxes. And it's true, and that's why, and it is true. We do tax him a bit more, so I mean,
fair point.
Like a little bit more.
Fair point.
But if you put it in the hundreds of millions, it's like an extra few million. So
right,
it is
adding up at that point. Hit me with the lineup, big dog.
All right, picture this. Here we go. The lineup for tonight's game. Here we go. Yeah. All right. I fucking actually love that. We should do that every time.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know why we stopped. Like, how's it going?
That was it. But the Blue Jays have George Springer leading off. Guerrero, Simeon, Bichette. This should be no surprise. Hernandez, Gurriel, Kirk up to the 7th spot. Shout out Kirk. Cookie. Shout out Kirk. Snap for me. Grichuk in the 8th spot and Valera at 3rd base in the 9th spot. I don't know why we're not pitching. Excuse me. Starting Espinal more. I know Valera's hot in minors. But
no.
He's got I know it's a short sample size too, but once Biggio's gone, Espinal's the starting.
I'm on the Espinal train, guys. A 778 OPS for Espinal this season. That ain't bad. Did you see the play that he made on that ball on the 3rd base with the bare hand? Hit it on the hop,
goodness.
Threw it in stride on the money to Vlad. That's like literally Arenado fucking shit going on over here. And we have an above average bat.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I like Valera as a chance. He could be good, but we have a guy who already knows good.
Yeah,
right?
It's literally just maybe in a month he could be Espinal.
Exactly! Espinal's already here! Montoyo! I know you're trying to give fair playing time, but Valera, if the management, if front office is going to give you Valera, and they're saying, hey, maybe play this guy because we called him up and he's actually maybe good, could be good one day. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's Espinal time.
Yeah. I want to put our foot down. I want Espinal in literally, 3 out of 4 games.
For real.
Espinal, and then maybe we can have another guy in.
For real.
My opinion.
And starting for the Toronto Blue Jays is Alek Manoah, who's coming off a 7-inning game shutout. No earned runs. Not shutout like the game shutout, but shutout like he didn't give any up any runs. So Alek Manoah, can't wait to see.
Love.
The Boston Red Sox. Kike Hernandez. Alex Verdugo.
Ooh.
JD Martinez. Bogarts. Devers in the 5th spot. Renfroe, the Jay Killer from last wild card series. I remember that. Gonzalez, he's in the lineup today. And Vasquez, and this is a new name. Cordero. Cordero.
Interesting.
At least new to me. Oh no, I think I've seen this guy one time before. But Cordero, he's in the lineup.
Their lineup is good.
Duran, I think, has COVID. But that's kind of scary though. They're facing us, and one of the guys had COVID.
I mean, if they don't have COVID, then we're good.
Isn't it kind of crazy that none of our Jays have ever got COVID?
Knock on wood. Knock on the wood.
You know what I mean? During the season?
I guess that is kind of crazy, yeah.
All these other teams, COVID, and us, no.
Hopefully we're doing it right. Doing it right. We're not being ridiculous out here. We're staying fair.
For real.
But this is a good lineup, guys. Lots of guys, flirting with that 800 OPS, and a lot of guys over it.
I'll shout it out right here. The first 2 digits: 80, 750, 87, 89, 92, 77. 576553. So the bottom third, we can take care of.
Yeah, but that top 6, one of the best top 6 in the league. For sure.
But with our lineup, our bottom 3 could be 7-9, 7-3, and then I think Espinal is 7-something. If I'm not mistaken.
Espinal's got a 778 OPS.
How do you know this? How do you know this?
I know these things, bro. I know these things.
Oh my god, that's wild. But yeah, taking it in perspective, George Springer's a 9-9, 1-0, 8-6, 8-2, 8-4, 7-1, 7-9, 7-3, and then what?
778 from
7-7. That's incredible.
Yeah,
our lowest would be
our perfect lineup.
Yeah, and our lowest would be Gurriel.
Wow.
Our lowest would be Gurriel.
Wow.
A guy who we thought would be a 3-hitter last year.
Yeah.
I know. Incredible.
Ridiculousness.
Oh, wait, sorry. Teoscar did have COVID. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, you're so right. Yeah.
Shout out to JW LMAO.
Yeah. And Hockey Kid and a couple other people who said that there as well.
Totally forgot about that.
Also, Timothy Espinal, 10 years, $300 million. I don't know if he'd sign, bro. I don't know.
He probably wants a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we could get him on that one, but I'd definitely be down for it. Guys, that was the freaking wine Unwind. We are at 7:02 p.m. Adam and I, we got a rezo at our old restaurant.
Shout out.
And in roughly 45 minutes from this evening, we will be definitely paying attention to this game.
Totally.
We are also going to be at the game tomorrow at 3:07. If you guys are there, if you're even around the area, please let us know. We obviously want to meet up with you. We want to see you guys in person. Just put a face to a freaking name, my friend.
Message us on our Instagram. If you are going to the first game, message us on our Instagram. Please do not be afraid. We want to come see you. That would be a dream come true in this podcast. The fact that we started this up last year around before this time, actually, and the fact that we'd be able to see some of you guys that are watching us is truly a dream come true. So guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into Wine on Wine. Let's go Alek Manoah and the Blue Jays, baby.
Let's go Alek Manoah and the Blue Jays. Also, H-Life boys, it's Brewers tonight. They got Corbin Burns going.
Wow. All right. Here we go, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And go!